a subliminal, pursue kwa particular. What you wish you are is what we are. Kila mara kushock the culture, jadisha how deep you are, how sick you are.
Niaje sana kwa sana album reviews African hapa, karibu sana kwa another album review. If you're a returning subscriber, shukran sana for being here na for the support umeonesha hii channel na hizi videos kwa this exercise. Kama ni first time yako, karibu sana to sana kwa sana. Kuna this and many more videos that you can check out, uwezi maliza, trust me. Vile nimesema, nimemention an exercise. This is the music writer exercise aka MWE, iliyoanzishwa na an American music critic anaitwa Gary Suarez in 2015. The idea ni sikiza an album each day of February alafu andika a tweet about it. Album hujawahi sikiza before. Nimekuwa nikifanya tangu 2019, kisha last year nilianza kufanya first listen reviews for kila project that nasikiza. This year nime keep up na the same idea, nafanyanga Kenyan projects peke yake. Leo ni day 14 of this exercise, February 14th 2022. Saini 9:07. Hizi videos nazi release on the corresponding days in March. If you're watching it siku imetoka, kama we ni that one person, asante sana for being here with me, na hope una follow hii challenge na hii exercise vile imekuwa. If unaisikia for the first time, I really hope mtakuwa na kwa any other video during this exercise that nimefanya, nitashukuru sana. As the video says kwa the title, and that's why you're watching this, that's why you're here, tuna get into album ya Mayonde, a singer songwriter performing artist. Hii ni debut album yake released back in December of 2015. Inaitwa Magic in the Air. Project yangu ya kwanza kusikiza ya Mayonde ilikuwa her sophomore project, EP yake inayoitwa Project Purple. Nilisikiza in 2020. It's an ode to Kenyan music, especially the genge na kapuka era. Her debut is something completely different. Acha nitumie chance kumention, tukifanya hizi reviews our criteria huwa na aspects tatu: production na musicality, concept na idea, na the content and themes of a project. Debut yake ni an eclectic alternative album, 14 songs, a 55-minute listen. The concept of the album, whether utachuse kuangalia the title Magic in the Air ama the sound, these two aspects zina combine kutupatia the diversified experience that is the album. No maana nimesema ni eclectic, as well as this being an alternative project. The sounds vary from hip hop to soul, ambient music, kuna jazz, funk, electronic na African and traditional aspects pia. So it's a wide-ranging album. Mayonde alikuwa na explore sounds tofauti, na you can hear this throughout the songs. Similarly, kuna hiyo general outlook from the title that I was referring to, Magic in the Air, na tukisikia the title track, which is song number 9, inakupatia that same feeling. The beginning and the first part of the song and approach from a general perspective. Kuna feeling ya freedom that ana capture na anaimba about, alafu that same thing is what we experiencing kwa this entire album ya Magic being in the Air. If it's a feeling that anapata ama an emotion that akonayo, na anachoose kushare that experience with us thematically as well as musically. As we get to the last part of Magic in the Air, the song, kuna approach that ana bring in that focuses on love, na anasema love ina wash over me, na I repeat, when that happens inatupatia a thematic focus. Nimesema this kwa hii exercise na kwa other album reviews kwa hii channel. The title track, whenever inakuwa included kwa an album, hapo ndio focus yetu itaenda juu. That's the idea of the album, and that's where the concept of a project ina come from. Unaweza kosa kuwa na a title track, wache watu wa figure out where you are going with your album na wasikize, lakini whenever kuna an inclusion of a title track, inatu compel kuangalia that song as the springboard of the album. So kuna a general outlook vile nimemention that Mayonde starts with kwa that song. Towards the end kuna hiyo feeling, that perspective ya kubring in love iki wash over her na bringing hii idea ya magic in the air, love being in the air. Kuna those two perspectives, the general feeling, the general view that the song and the album therefore takes after, kisha una upande wa pili wa mapenzi, na this album iko na a lot of songs that speak to the same. Iko na ballads kwa wingi. As it opens kwa Good Morning, this short introductory song inatupatia a general perspective. The title in itself ni ushering us into the album, as well as looking at the lyrics. Sasa anasema this is good morning to destiny yake. Kuna hiyo idea ya pursuing life na goals ambazo wako nazo na yeye kuzirich, and the album iko na hiyo feeling ya serenity na calm, how the songs feel, how they've been composed and arranged. Kuna a calm and a soothing effect and feeling to them that is maintained throughout the album, na it refers us to hiyo sentiment alishare when the album begins, all the way up until 14 songs down the line, and the last song akitake the same idea ya the opening song Good Morning kwa the title na vile anaimaliza thematically akisema now this is goodbye, nimemaliza hili nilikuwa nafaa kufanya, nimetimiza, nimejiexpress kwa hii album na nimeishi maisha mazuri, and that sort of idea ya kuanza na good morning na kuconclude na a goodbye, and the instrumentation matches the song opening na jazzy drums, ana play na vocals zake, kuna an electric guitar that comes in the song ikiprogress na inakamilisha the experience that you are on. As I was stating, those songs zina fall under the sort of general idea that Mayonde ana present for the album. Then uko na ballads that nimemention, focusing on this amazing, magical, beautiful feeling yenye anapata being in love. I loved the fact that hizo ngoma zilikuwa hapa na kuko na ile turning point where watu wanaanza kukosana, na kuna these songs na ideas of conflict na breakup songs, then the quintessential thought na trajectory ya going back na feeling in love again. Alimanage ku encapsulate the idea ya this ballads na akaiweka straightforward na aka maintain the path alikuwa on with the magical feeling ya kukuwa in love na amechoose kuexpress na kushare the experience with us. That comes in kwa Isukuti Love, Better Than Other Lovers, Isuni Yilu, Garden, Magic in the Air yenyewe, Ajabu ya Musa. Those songs ni the romantic segment ya hii album. So hakuna a line of thought, a particular flow na direction that we are starting with and ending with in a linear manner. While that can be a problem kwa albums juu na feel tumekuwa place moja tukaenda place ingine, hii album iko na that feeling to an extent, lakini generally how the musicality sounds, how Mayonde approach songwriting yake, arrangement na the overall production ya the album and these songs ina manage kucompensate for that, na how feel as if ako all over the place. Pia kile imesaidia ni amezi arrange in a way that kuna a majority of love songs that follow each other, that hata pia niseme inaweza kuwa misleading while you get into the album juu unajiambia so the magic in the air ni these love songs that anaimba about, and it gives you that expectation vile amezifuatanisha. So Isukuti Love, Better Than Other Lovers, Isuni Yilu, those opening songs that come after Good Morning na ye kumiss destiny yake, mbaya nimesema inaweza kuwa misleading vile amezipanga, inakupatia specific expectations. After that ni Angels, dedication to the departed. It captures the feeling ya loss, alafu kuna hiyo idea ya I know I'll see your face one day, so ina shift the trajectory that alikuwa amepresent kwa the beginning part of the album. Lakini as I've stated, kuna those 3 songs preceding it all focus on love, misleading lakini amezieka pamoja. Kisha Angels as it twists the mood na theme ana focus on the following song Closer to the Sun. An interlude seems to take us back to your idea ya mapenzi. No maana nimesema vile amearrange haitupatii a specific narrative that tuna follow. Closer to the Sun, hiyo thought ya meeting you at the constellations na love being a beautiful magical experience. While it takes us away from the trajectory ya the narrative, what anafanya kwa the following song Find Us Away, one of Mayonde's popular songs similar to Isukuti Love when ali drop as a single, hiyo video yenye walishutia Power 254. The first line anasema fallen angel will never do as you did or something along those lines, but the first two words ni fallen angel. Kulikuwa na concept ya constellation kwa Closer to the Sun, the interlude. I found that to be interesting, how aliendelea na the concept ya constellations. Sijui kama ilikuwa deliberate, but I found that to be intriguing. And the song that follows, Find Us Away, soundtrack, a more general song. Nimefind the soundtrack to my life, the DJ kwa my head atangoja ataplay nikiwa dead. An intriguing concept. Then the songs kwa hiyo segment of the album kuturudisha to hizi ngoma za mapenzi. Nita-reiterate, while it can take us away from flow ya the album, the musicality, composition ya the songs, songwriting ya Mayonde, production, zina manage kukutake away from hiyo feeling na zina make up for it. So the songwriting kama ni structurally ama ki lyrics ni creative na playful, na while the production is an integral part of the album, what you also identify ni Mayonde's voice and singing delivery yake ni an equal part of this album, and also how ana play into the sound, ana play na delivery yake with her melodies, voice yake ni an equal part of the music na ni part also of the production, you can say, in a case of a musician's voice being part of the instrumentation. Na hii experience inaanza na Good Morning with the opening percussion na ushering feeling that tunapata, kisha her vocals come in, Isukuti Love ina build up, na ndio the African traditional aspect of this album, as well as Isuni Yilu for the language, sound na imagery zinaongeza an extra layer to the musicality. Speaking of language, kuna Kiingereza na Kiswahili apart from the Luya. Hizo ngoma mbili zina bring in Western Kenyan influences, angels, even the way it starts with easy suspenseful distorted reverse hip hop beats, but the beginning inaku bring into the song, uko in suspense kungoja kusikia what happens, but it manages to maintain that hip hop feel. Then the keys zinaipatia the emotion. Closer to the Sun, ambient psychedelic hip hop inaku absorb, it literally takes you to the constellation as Mayonde anaimba that same ambient na atmospheric approach iko kwa the following song, Find Us Away. Apart from the instrumentation, their vocals na the harmonies bring that feeling to life pia. One thing that nime notice, kuna these songs that have fuller production, the Isukuti Loves, the Better Than Other Lovers, then uko na other songs that are more sparse and minimalist, so they play around na the sparse choices instrumentally and go heavy on how the vocals have been used. Find Us Away, Garden, My Insanity play into that. My Insanity was misleading ikianza in a way that inaanza ikiwa sparse na minimalist, picking that same technique from My Garden. Tunasikia two snaps na Mayonde akiimba with some keys, alafu tuna transform into this part of the song where the drums come in, zinaipatia a different feel. Then kuna jazz piano that concludes. Then the next song, Goodbye, picks up with that same jazz instrumentation ikianza this time with the drums. That approach here, the production where the instrumentals are transformative, is one thing that imefanyika all through the songs. Soundtrack iko na that same hip hop feel kwa the production, lakini the beat transforms na kuna experimental percussion to the same. Kuna lead guitar segments that ni absorbing, kuna acoustic guitar segments especially towards the end of the album, kuna funky electronic bass lines, just to expound how the production takes this album home. Hizo ngoma that ni minimalist One of those ni Garden, ina capture hii idea ya love na hopes za mapenzi na the future of the relationship that you go in, akisema wata grow asukuma wiki Garden. Towards the end of the song, the playful nature na creative aspects za Mayonde's songwriting zina come alive, akiimba something to do with kupanda nyanya na mbiringanya and how it sounds beautifully written. Approach in an amazing manner and the delivering inaku absorb. So this is something that Mayonde anafanya throughout this album na vocals zake na delivery yake. Speaking of delivery, kuna prominent moments where technique yake ina influences from jazz na soul. Kwa Ajabu ya Musa ndio the first time nilifeel let down kwa the production, while bado delivery ya Mayonde na vocally powerful performance as well as segments of the production, kuna one aspect ya the beat that ilikuwa let down na ilikuwa the drums. A different feeling ya the drums ingepatia the song much more oomph than the drum choices that zilitumika. The other thing would be listening to the album, key production, key delivery, kisha the harmonizing, especially kwa naweza sema the first half ilikuwa more pronounced that kuna just a band influences. Najua that Jim Chuchu na Mbidhi walikuwa part of the team walioshughulikia the album, lakini that feeling ilikuwa hapo ukiisikiza. Ukisikia Isukuti Love, Isuni Yilu, I believe Find Us a Way ndio the most prominent, but technique ya the harmonies and how zimekuwa produced na fit into the mix ilikuwa very much just a band. I'm also sure Jim Chuchu alikuwa part of those songs. I believe kwa Find Us a Way you can hear, and maybe that's him, as well as Isukuti Love and ngoma nyingine nimemention. Kitu cha mwisho conclude, while the narrative kukosa a particular flow inaweza take away from the album, the musicality kama ni production, uimbaji wa Mayonde, approach yake kwa the songwriting ni creative na engaging enough take away na kucompensate. Honestly, you don't think about it consciously ama feel it as much. Now we consider such a negative ya the album. Considering that nilisikiza Project Purple kwanza, sasa nimesikiza hii, I cannot wait for Mayonde's next project, especially if I tap into this kind of sounds na musicality. I am really waiting. I don't think nilikuwa that big on Project Purple if at all. Kama ushaisikiza hii album Magic in the Air, niambie maoni yako kuihusu kwa comment section. Asante sana for being here. Consider kucheck out other videos under this exercise. Shukran sana.